Hey guys, what's going on? John here. I know this is a little bit of a different sort of video than what I usually make when I do vlogs, but I figured if anything I could have sort of a talking point, some sort of topic to go on when it comes to these things rather than just doing a stream of consciousness sort of vlog. So yeah, let's talk about music. I have been realizing that there is a lot of, music has been one of the focal points of my life, and it's impacted me in a big bad way. Like it should. Obviously music is going to impact everybody in a certain way. There's certain bands everybody likes. Sometimes you find a set of lyrics that gets in your head and helps you out of a dark place. And I've had that. That's happened every now and again. But you guys know when I stream, I do a pre-show where I play a bunch of tunes for you guys, and some of you guys ask what those songs are. So I wanted to give you guys a couple of my favorite songs. All of them can be found below in a Spotify playlist, and there's like 800 tracks in there, so if you want to just feel free to listen to all that, go for it. I just have it there. It's fun to listen to. It's just there. So I wanted to just give you guys a couple of songs that I really like, and we'll go off that. So this is the playlist. Number 10, I have Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits. I realized, I discovered that song when I was watching the movie Argo, which is a really good movie. Ben Affleck directed it, he starred in it, and it takes place in, the 80s, 70s, and it has that sort of, that classic rock sound, and it's really, really good. But what really I love about the song is it flashed me back to when I was a young kid, because my dad and I would drive around and he would play music in his car. And one of the first songs I ever heard in my life was a song called Money for Nothing and the Chicks for Free. I believe that's the name of the song. It's just Money for Nothing, something like that. But by the band Dire Straits. And I sort of made the connection and sort of had this nostalgia flashback. And it's nice to have one of those songs that, you remember someone in your family, stuff like that. Same goes with number 9. Number 9 is Move On Up by Curtis Mayfield, a recent one, which basically was one of the few songs, when I started to learn guitar and learn all of that stuff. My dad showed me an acoustic cover of that song, and it was when I realized I could play by ear. I learned how to play music solely by ear for the most part. And that was one of the few songs where I first started to learn, and he was really fucking impressed by that, and that's kind of just how I remember it. It's a great song. It's 8 minutes long, but it's worth the listen. So, number 8, Winter by Bayside. Bayside is a local, well, not local, they were Long Island, New York in general, sort of. They're that kind of band, punk band. The song is actually dedicated to their previous drummer who died in a car accident. And what I love about that song is basically you can tell as it's written, it's basically about friendship and having to cope with something as impactful as that. And being someone who's lost friends in tragic circumstances, that really hit home for me, and I really just... That song is very... It's soothing, but at the same time, it's morbid, and it's hard-hitting. It's really good. Fucking hell. Number 7, Childish Gambino. Fucking Heartbeat. Aphex gives me shit for this song, but it's an awesome... I know I don't listen to rap much, but Childish Gambino is probably one of the few hip-hop artists I will genuinely, openly listen to, because he is amazing. Donald Glover is the man. Heartbeat is just it's a fun song to listen to. It's just one of those songs that fuck it, I'm gonna put on some rap and just chill. That's one of those songs. There's no explanation for that one. Number 6, This Time Imperfect by AFI. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, oh, AFI is a shitty emo band. Well, they're one of the few bands that, survived my high school years. I listened to them all throughout high school, and I guess, you know how, you go ahead and just forget about bands? Well, that was the case, and then I found my old iPod, found the album Sing the Sorrow, and just went through, and I was like, these are these are songs I'm gonna stick with for a while. I still went back through their discography when I checked out Spotify. I gotta say, their Burials is a great album. Love Like Winter, I think that's the name of the album. I forget the exact name of the album, but that album with Love Like Winter on it, that's a great album. Yeah, so that song, the reason I like This Time Imperfect is it was a secret song, and it was the first time I've ever heard of a band putting a secret song on their album and interluding it in like this weird poetry form style where they just play like a piano tune as they're doing 3 segments of poetry into the actual song, which is a solid song. It's a great little piece. Honestly, like, it's like AFI is one of those bands that survived my entire high school years. When you look back at this old ancient iPod that I have, this is containing High School Smarty. This is like cringe factor, and I'm afraid to actually boot this up and see what's on it. Oh god, it's even got dust on it. Number 5, The Way I Tend to Be by Frank Turner. For those of you guys who know, Frank Turner is my favorite, like, singer-songwriter of all time. Like, so much so that I actually, let me show you this really quick. So much so that I have his recent album Tape Deck Heart up there on my wall. My girlfriend actually gave that to me because we both love Frank Turner. And actually, speaking of my girlfriend, The Way I Tend to Be is our song. So it's one of those songs, like, it's got 2 meanings. It's one, it's about remembering a person who you loved and really impacted your life. At the same time, it's about, for me at least, it's about a person who is in your corner, is there to keep you in check. And I'm getting emotional as fuck thinking about it, but yeah, it's a great song. Frank Turner's the man. I'm going to see him in like a couple of days, and it's gonna be fantastic. Number 4, The Death of Me by Asking Alexandria. Now, going straight from The Way I Tend to Be to Asking Alexandria is a huge shift in mood, and The Death of Me is just a song that's a fight song. That is a workout song if I've ever heard it. It's hard-hitting, it's fucking intense, it's a fistful of fuck yeah. That's what that song is. And you guys know the song. It's the theme song to Smart Way Out. It's that song we play at the 5-minute mark leading into the show. It's that song. It's fucking awesome. If you've ever stayed around for the pre-show, you know what I'm talking about. It's that song that basically is like, if you're not taking me down, motherfucker, I am gonna go down with a fight, and you are not gonna stop me. That's that kind of song. Number 3, Force Feedback by Machina Supremacy. If you ever get the opportunity, go see Machina Supremacy. Go to MagFest if you can, go see them. They are worth the chance because they only come to America every now and again. But Machina Supremacy is a band that defines their genre as Sid metal, which is like chiptune metal. Their influence on the music scene is really, really vast, and it's really cool. Force Feedback is, from what I gather, it is, if I'm being honest, I'm convinced that song was supposed to be like a rebellion anthem to the SOPA bill. Like, if you listen to that song and when you were around for the SOPA bill, the PIPA bill, you would be like, yeah, this is definitely a we're not taking this shit anymore song. It's one of those songs where basically it's basically a song saying how the old generation is becoming obsolete. That's what that song is. It's basically a call for the new generation and shit like that. It's awesome. Number 2, The Hands That Thieve by Streetlight Manifesto. Streetlight Manifesto is probably one of the best ska bands I've ever listened to in my life. Aside from the Aquabats and Biebs and her Moneymakers, the only real ska band that I like genuinely love. The Hands That Thieve, not only a great album, but the song itself is much like The Death of Me. It's a fight song. It's something that's supposed to get your mood up, and it's supposed to tell you basically everything is gonna be okay. That's one of those songs, and you'll notice a couple of these songs are like that, but that's what that song is. It's a call to action, but at the same time it's one of those ones that's supposed to make you feel good. That's as weird as that sounds. The number 1 song on my playlist, which genuinely is my anthem, is Losing Days by Frank Turner. Losing Days is basically a song about how time stands still for no man. And it's how, even the chorus says it, where it's basically, I keep losing days, that used to take a lifetime in the blinking of an eye. Basically, it's saying that, like, when you think back on it, you're a kid, how long did a day last for you? You didn't really focus on that. Now that you're an adult, an hour, 2 hours goes by like that, and it's one of those songs that reminds you you're getting older. Even though you're getting older, try and do everything that you want to do, because life is short. Life is way too short for one person, and I don't know how many years I'm gonna live on this planet, but in the time that I have, I want to complete that bucket list, and I want to be able to say that, hey, in the amount of time, in all of the days I've lost, I've done everything I've wanted to do, and I'm settled. But that's what that song reminds me of, that, like, hey, you're becoming an adult, and you need to do what you need to do. So that's my playlist, everybody. I know, that got real. That got a little real at the end, but, yeah, so if you want me to do this with other forms of media, comics, movies, books, video games, anything like that, let me know in the comments. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. This is Smarty, signing off. Check out the Spotify playlist below. Anyway, see ya.